It was never a question of whether or not Victor Rivera shot the two. Even the defense admitted that he did. What the question was he in control of his emotions at the time? The jury found that he was. An extreme act of domestic violence is how the prosecution characterized what happened back on September 29th of 2023. In January, a jury convicted Rivera of both knowingly and recklessly causing the death of Patricia Sweat and Matthew Champagne. Their murders captured on video, which showed Rivera hitting them with 7 shots in a Nashville parking lot. Sweat was Rivera's former girlfriend. She'd begun a relationship with Champagne, a friend of Rivera. Now, during the victim's impact statements, many people spoke about the fact they saw no remorse in Rivera, either when he took the stand in his own defense or when the verdict was returned. Matthew Champagne's son and daughter were among those who spoke. His son not holding back when he described his feelings about Rivera. Champagne's daughter spoke about how Rivera had robbed her of her favorite person.
I will never get that back and never get to hear my dad laugh. He was my protector. No matter where I was, he would be there in a heartbeat if I needed him. My dad was my favorite person to be around. Being able to be held in his arms and feel the comfort of my dad gave me all the relief in the world.
You were a disgusting, selfish coward. You, Victor, saw and stared at my dad and I playing pool and enjoying each other's company. You saw how happy he was. You knew what you were going to do when you went back to your house to grab your gun.
Now, in making their argument to the court, the defense said there were some mitigating factors in these murders, including Rivera's low IQ, and they called the prosecution's recommended sentence absurd, noting that other convicted murderers have been sentenced to less. Now, Rivera did speak to the court, apologizing to the victim's family, saying he knows his words are not enough. Once again, the judge sentencing him to 40 years to life, 2 consecutive terms. Reporting live in Nashua, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.